I'm the gravedigger.
I'm Other.
I'm Hamlet.
I'm Laertes.
I'm Horatio.
I'm the king and the doctor.
And I am the queen.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial when she willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is. Therefore make her grave straight. The crowner hath sat on her and finds it Christian's burial.
How can that be unless she drowned herself in her own defense?
Why dost thou so?
It must be so often. It cannot be else, for here lies the point. If I drown myself wittingly, it argues an act. An act hath three branches. It is to act, to do, to perform. Argal, she drowned herself wittingly.
Nay, but hear you.
Give me leave. Here lies the water, good. Here stands the man, good. If the man go to this water and drown himself, it is, will he goes. Mark you that. But if the water come to him and drown him, he drowns not himself. Argal, he that is not guilty of his own death shortens not his own.
But is this the law?
Aye, Mary, is it Croner's West law?
Will you hate the truth of it? If this had not been a gentlewoman, she should have been buried without a Christian burial.
Why, there thou say'st, and the more pity that great folk should have countenance in this world to drown or hang themselves more than they're even Christian. Come, my spade. There is no ancient gentleman, but gardeners, ditchers, and grave markers, they hold up Adam's profession.
Was he a gentleman?
He was the first that ever bore arms.
Why, he had more.
What art a heathen? How dost thou understand the scripture? The scripture says Adam digged. Could he dig without arms? I'll put another question to thee. If thou answerest me not to the purpose, confess thyself.
Go to.
Was that built stronger than either the mason, the shipwright, and the carpenter?
The gallows marker for the frame without lives of thousands tenants.
I like why wit well, in good faith. The gallows does well, but how does it well? It does well to those that do ill. Now thou dost ill to say the gallows is built stronger than the church. Argal, the gallowers may do well to thee to again come.
Who builds stronger than a mason, a shipwrecker, or a carpenter?
Tell me that, and unyoke.
Marry now, I tell you.
2.
Mass, I cannot tell.
Cudel thy brains no more about it, for your dull ass will not mend his pace with beating. And when you are asking this question next, say a grave marker. The houses he makes last till doomsday. Go, get thee and fetch me a stupid looking.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business? He sinks in grave making.
Has them have made it in the property of these.
It is even so. The hand of little employment hath the daintier sense.
The age with the stealing steps hath clawed me in this clutch, and hath shid me into the land, and if I had never been such. Oh no, there's a skull.
That skull had a tongue in it and could sing once. How the knave gels it to his ground as if 'twere Cain's jawbone that did the first murder. This might be the pate of a politician which this ass now overreaches, one that would circumvent God, may it not?
It might, my lord.
Or of a contour which could say, Good morrow, sweet lord. How dost thou, sweet lord? This might be my lord such a one that praised a lord such a one's horse when we went to beg it. May it not?
Nay, my lord.
Why, even so, and now my lady warms, chapless and knocked about the mazzard with the sexton's spade. Here's fine revolution, and we had the trick to see it. Did these bones cost no more the breeding but to play at loggets with them? Mine ache to think on it.
A picket and a spade for a pit of clay, and such a guest as meet.
There's another. Why may not that be the skull of a lawyer? Where be his quantities now, his qualities, his cases, his tenders, and his tricks? Why does he suffer this mad knave how to knock him about the scorns with a dirty shovel, and will not tell him of his action of battery? And with this statutes, his recognises, his fines, his double vouchers, his recoveries. Is this the fine of his fines and the recovery of his recoveries, to have this fine paid full of fine dirt? Will his vouchers vouch him no more of his percentage purchases and double ones too, than the length and breadth of a pair of indentures? The very conveyance of his lands will sacredly lie in this box, and must thou interior himself have no more. Ha!
Not a jot more, my lord.
Is not parchment made of sheepskins?
Yea, my lord, and of calfskins too.
They are sheep and calves which seek out insurance in that. I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave's this, Sirrah?
Mine, sir. A pit of clay for to be made for such a guest as me.
I think it might be thine indeed, for thou liest in it.
You lie out on it, sir, and therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie, isn't yet it is mine.
Thou dost lie in it, to be in it, and say it is thine. It is for the death, not for the quick, therefore thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, sir, till away again from me to you.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
For none, neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is. We must speak by the card, or equivation will undo us. By the Lord, Horatio, this 3 years I took note of it. The age is grown so picked that the toe of the peasant comes so near the heel of a courtier. He gals his heel. How long hast thou been grave maker?
Of all the days I year, I came to that day that our last hamlet overcame Fort and Bronze.
How long is that since?
Cannot you tell that? Every fool can tell that. It was that very day that young Hamlet was born, he that is mad and sent into England.
Hey, Mary, why was he sent into England?
Why? Because he was mad. He shot
Came he mad?
very strangely, they say.
How strangely?
Faith and with losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark, I have been sexton here, man and boy, 30 years.
How long will a man lie in the earth, or he rot?
If he be not rotten before he die, as we have many hockey horses nowadays that will scarce hold the lying in, he will last you some 8 year or 9 year. A tanner will last you 9 years. Here's a school now, hath lion you earth 3 and 20 years.
Who was it?
A horse and mad fellow it was. Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I not know.
A pestilence on him for a mad rogue. He poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. The same school, sir, was Sir Joachim School, the king's jester.
This? Let me see. Alas, poor York! I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath bore me on his back 1,000 times, and now he aboard in my imagination it is. My gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips that I have kissed, I know not of. Where be your guides now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment, that we wont to set the table on a roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning, quiet Quaffella. Now get you to my lady's chamber and tell her, let her paint an inch thick to this favor. She must come. Make her laugh at it. Here to you, Horatio. Soft, but soft a while. Here comes the king, the queen, and the courtiers. Who is this they follow, and with such main rights? This doth betoken the course they follow did the desperate hand fordo its own life. It was of some estate. Coach me a while and mark.
What's else?
That Isler teased a very noble youth, Mark.
What ceremony else?
Her fleece hath been and far large as we have warranty. Her death was doubtful, and but great command or wise order. She sat in great unthan and been lodged till the last trumpet. For charitable prayer, shards, flints, and pebbles should be thrown on her. Yet here she is allowed her virgin crans and maidens instrument and bringing home a bell.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done. We should profane in service of the dead to sing and reclaim such rest to her and to her peace-parted souls.
Lay her in earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest howling.
Scatter's flower, I hope thou shouldest have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not have stowed thy grave.
O trouble, woe, fall 10 times trouble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprive thee of. Hold off the earth awhile, till I have caught her once more in mine arms. Now pile your dust upon the quick and dead, till of this flat a mountain you have made. Terratop, bold, Pelion, or the skyish head of blue Olympus.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis, whose phrase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wonder-wounded hearers? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil take thy soul.
Thou prayest not well. I tribute take thy fingers from my throat, for though I am not splendid and rash, yet have I in me something
Look them a shatter.
Hamlet, Hamlet.
Gentlemen.
Good, my lord, be quiet.
Why, I will fight with him upon this theme until my eyelids will no longer wag.
O my son,
I love
for love of God, forbear him.
Sword, show me what thou...
There is mere madness, and thus awhile the fit will work on him. Anon as patient as the female dove. When that her golden lips are disclosed, his silence will still prove.
Hear you, sir, what is the reason that you use me thus? I loved you ever, but it is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. The cat will mew, and dog will have his day.
I pray thee, good Horatio, wait upon him. Strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. We'll put the matter to present push. Good Gretchen, set some watch over your son. This grave shall have a living amount.